Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 2 trades this morning during the pre-market right around 4 a.m. If you like these sort of videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep making them. The 2 trades were with Ecor, as I said, right around 4 a.m. Ecor was making new highs. It was the top gainer on the Webull screener, organized by volume. So now that it's made a new high, higher than the previous session, higher than the previous day, my job is to wait for a pullback and then to enter when a 1-minute candle makes a new high. So I'm fast forwarding a little bit. So here we go. So this first entry was a little less than ideal, but it's within my plan and my strategy. I'm forced to take an entry as soon as a 1-minute candle makes a new high. And this sort of entry on a stock like this, moving like this, does tend to work out. So it's not something, you should shy away from. But what I was trying to do was get in for the break of this candle. The high of this candle was 370, but it just so happened that when that high was broken, it was right while this candle was finishing forming. And you can see as soon as the next candle formed, that's when it broke the high. So I got in, and so I have to make the low the previous candle that I entered on. So basically, that gave me a really wide stop. I'll show you on my 2-hour calculator. My stop loss was 337. My entry was 3747. You can see there. You can get this 2-hour calculator from my Facebook trading group, which is also called Trading Armor. So this isn't my target. I didn't put it in yet. My target's 450 because that stop is really wide. And my stop was 337. And there. I'm not sure if Webull glitched here, but it looked like the price stopped moving for a moment. And you'll see me hit refresh right here. And you see what happened. So not sure if that was a glitch or not, but as soon as I saw that break my stop level, then I hit my sell all keys and I got out, and I got filled luckily at 337, which is exactly where I wanted to get out at. But it was still a fairly large loss because the risk was pretty high. It was a little bit over 10%. So now I can take up to 3 trades during the pre-market. So now my next step is to look for the next entry on the same stock, because this is still the best stock when you organize the Webull top gainers list by volume. It was definitely number 1 at this point. So I'm just waiting for the next entry, which will be the next time a 1-minute candle makes a new high. So here it is right here. You see the high of this candle is 350. So my ideal entry is 351. So as soon as I see 351 or higher, I get in. Here it comes, 349, 350, there. So I saw 352. It didn't show me 351. So I get in. I get a little bit of slippage, 4 cents. I'm in with 23 shares this time. Right now I'm buying with about 15% of my account, but I'm doing it by dollar, and I'll explain that later. But basically each one of my position size is based off of an $82 purchase price. So how many shares I can get with $82, that's how many I get. So you saw my second entry, 355, stop 334, profit target 397. So this trade took a pretty long time, so I'm going to fast forward through this thing. But look, let's see what time it is when I got in this, around 4:14 a.m. So I'm going to fast forward through this, but imagine what you would do if you were in a trade like this long. It comes down near my stop, never breaks through it. What would you do if a trade went this far against you? Keep in mind you already lost the first trade. And keep in mind that your plan, pretend you're me, your plan and your strategy is you don't do anything until your stop gets broken or your profit target gets hit. But would you be able to follow those rules? So now this thing finally pops. It's now 4:23, so like 7-8 minutes later. And my profit target is still 397. Looks like we're going to get hit. 394, 3 cents shy. Starts to sell off. Comes back up a little bit. Starts to sell off again. Again, imagine yourself in this trade. What would you be thinking? What would you be doing? Because I know what I would have been doing 3 months ago. And it's not this. So just fast forwarding here. You can see this thing just went sideways for a long time. Kept teasing, nice little curl upward here, looking like we're going to get hit soon. Comes up all the way to 395. This was pretty interesting the way this candle formed. Let's look at this really quick. Comes up all the way to 395. Huge buying volume. Watch what happens here. Now it turns red. That means there's more sellers than buyers. Saying 65,000 shares traded in that 1 minute candle. I mean, at 4:48 a.m., that's quite a few shares traded. And it starts to come down pretty hard. Then it switches back to green, meaning that the buyers won that war. But again, how frustrated would you be? This thing, you went 2 cents shy of your profit target. Keep in mind it's only that high because you got a few cents slippage on the way in. So let's fast forward a little bit more. Some more choppiness. So I was really interested to see what happened right around 5 a.m. because I know that a lot of new traders are going to come in at that point. And more often than not, a pattern like this is going to continue higher at 5 a.m., but you never know. So this is when things started to look up. So I like that gap up there. So right now it's 5:01 and this trade started around, I think, 4:12 or something. So I'm in it for quite a while, but my plan and my strategy says I have to stay in until either my stop gets hit or my profit target gets hit. And there we go. Profit target hit, 397, exactly where I wanted it to be. That trade was quite a bit lower risk than the first trade, almost by half. But because I'm trading 2R all or nothing, meaning that if say my risk is 1R, say it's $10, then my profit target will be $20, just for easy math. Obviously that wasn't the case here. So because I trade 2R, and even though that second trade was a lot lower risk, I still ended up green, even though that first trade lost, not by a whole lot, but considering that first trade carried a much higher risk and it failed and it was a weird entry and all that, pretty lucky to walk away green after just 2 trades. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I've already got everything entered on my my spreadsheet. So you can see the first trade I lost $8 on. You can't see that in Webull because it was 2 trades on the same stock. So it only shows you the result of the 2 trades, not each individual trades. But you can see on my positions that I took 2 trades on that same stock. So the spreadsheet shows you that the first trade lost $8 and the second trade made $9.70, even though the risk was much lower on that second trade. So the second trade made almost a 12% return, which is pretty good. So, you know, a little bit of a bumpy start to the month, but at least we finished the day green. So that's that. So I'll just leave you with always honor your profit target, always take your stop loss no matter what, and you should be green in the long run. Take care.